The first thing I noticed when comparing the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro and the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 was the colors. I feel like the skin tones look really nice and the whole image just looks a little bit warmer on the Mission 1 Pro, whereas on the Insta360, everything's a bit more bluer and the skin tones are looking a bit more purple. Now, all of the settings on these cameras are either the same or set to auto, so the cameras are just gonna do their thing and probably look a little bit different depending on how the cameras decide to interpret the scene. But I'm definitely liking the look of the Mission 1 Pro just a little bit better. The Mission 1 Pro definitely has higher dynamic range. You can see that in the highlights here. The highlights are completely blown out on the Ace Pro 2, and we still have all of the detail there on the GoPro. Also, looking at the shadows here, the Insta360 has quite a bit of noise in the shadows, while the Mission 1 looks really nice and clean. Now, the next obvious thing was the motion blur. The Mission 1 Pro has this cool feature where it senses how much the camera is shaking, and if it detects that it's not shaking around too much, it will actually lower the shutter speed in order to get more motion blur into the frame while still avoiding unwanted motion blur from camera shake, because it's intelligently analyzing whether or not the camera is shaking. And in these scenes, it wasn't super dark, it was just kind of overcast, but dark enough that it was able to lower that shutter speed, get some extra motion blur in there, which does look very nice and way more professional. While vlogging like this, I do think that the Ace Pro has like a sharper background and a blurrier foreground. So if you're vlogging, I think the GoPro looks better. I'll have to see when I get home and actually look at this on a computer. But it seems like the GoPro has a closer minimum focus distance, even with that bigger sensor, which is odd. And here's just another example of that motion blur. You can see it a bit better, I think, in this example. And here it is side by side with the Ace Pro 2, which doesn't have nearly as much motion blur, which is causing it to look a lot more jittery. I will continue to compare these two cameras in just a minute, but really quick, I wanted to show you guys some of the custom accessories I've already designed for the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. First up is this carrying case. I made a fun texture on the outside, then it just unscrews, and the inside is perfectly shaped to fit the Mission 1, a spare battery, 2 micro SD cards, and then there's a nice big space here in the back. You could use it to like put the lens hood that comes with the Mission 1 Pro, and then the lid screws back on. And now you've got everything packed away, ready to travel in this nice little case. I've also designed this basic lens cap that just pops on the front. Nice friction fit. And the last thing is this macro lens adapter. This also has a nice friction fit, just pops on the front. And this makes it so that the GoPro can focus just a few inches in front of it. And there's also other lenses you can get for this to make it focus a little bit further away as well. If you're interested in any of these accessories, they're available right now over on my website, and there's a link for that in the description below. I've also made a couple accessories for the Ace Pro 2, and you can find those on the website as well. All right, back to the comparison. When it comes to low light, both cameras have a specific low light setting that uses a lot of digital processing to enhance the image. The GoPro does have a slightly larger 1-inch sensor that is bringing in more light, but comparing these two cameras in low light was not nearly as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. From what I can tell so far, it seems like in any sort of moving shot, the GoPro is doing a better job of retaining detail, especially in the shadow areas. But then I set the cameras down on a tripod, completely stationary, and suddenly it seems like the Insta360 looks way better. I don't really know what's going on here, but I do think that the Insta360 is heavily relying on that digital processing at this point. And because it's sitting stationary, it can really analyze what's going on in the scene and try to digitally enhance it. Well, the GoPro looks a lot less digitally processed and possibly more realistic as well. Both of these cameras can shoot in log. Of course, how the colors turn out is going to greatly vary depending on how you color grade the footage. What I've done here is just apply a basic log to Rec 709 conversion LUT to both of these cameras. The Ace Pro is limited to only 8-bit color, while the GoPro can film in 10-bit. Also, the GoPro has a higher max video bitrate than the Ace Pro as well, so the Ace Pro is going to have more compression in the video footage. Now, of course, there's tons of different specs and features that are worth comparing between these two cameras, but today I just wanted to quickly get this video out showing the difference between just the regular video settings on both of these cameras. I do think the GoPro looks slightly better, but the real question is it worth the extra price? The GoPro is quite a bit more expensive than the Ace Pro, and I think most people probably aren't going to notice the difference. It's really only the professionals who are going to appreciate the footage from the GoPro, especially when they get into the editing and are working with that log footage with the higher bit rate. I am really excited about some of the GoPro features like slow-mo, and you can check out what I've done with the slow-mo right over here in this video, and I'll see you over there.